Hello English learners and welcome back to the Level Up English YouTube channel. I am sitting today in the most awkward position. I'm kneeling on the floor and it's very uncomfortable, but I'm doing this because I've got a nice little area here and I want to talk a little bit about packing either for travel or for moving house today. And one reason is because it's something that I'm doing a lot this year, and also because there's so many great phrasal verbs and lots of good vocabulary that you can use when it comes to this topic. So for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a bit of an experiment this year, which is kind of my nomadic experiment. If you are nomadic, this is an adjective, that means you're traveling from place to place and you don't really have a home base. You don't really have a place to call home. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So you might notice if you follow me on YouTube or Instagram that my background will be changing a lot. At the moment, I am not far from London in England, but then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to Portugal. I've got different places I'm going to. So it's an exciting year. And because of that, I am packing up all the time. I'm putting things in my bag, I'm taking them out of my bag, and it's quite a lot to do. To keep things as simple as possible, I travel with fewer than 40 items. That's clothes, electronics, everything, toiletries. It's less than 40. So my bag is very light. It's about 6 kilograms, and that includes my camera, my laptop. So I don't take much with me. I like to travel light. And along this journey, I have learned some tips or some hacks that you can use perhaps to make your packing easier. So whether you are traveling for a holiday, you're planning to move house or something like that, maybe you could consider these hacks to make it easier for yourself as well. One thing I really hate when traveling is lugging around a huge suitcase. I hate lugging around a suitcase. So this word, this phrasal verb, to lug around, this means to pull something around that's very heavy. You're kind of dragging it across the floor. You're using lots of effort to take it with you. And I really hate this. I mean, some people it's fine. For me, personally, I don't like it. I never bring a suitcase. I will show you what bag I use. This here is my bag. It's 21 litre backpack. This is I think it's the Tortuga Outbreaker Day Pack, if you're interested in having it yourself. It's a really good bag. It's waterproof. It's simple. It's strong. I've had it for years. So this is the bag that I stuff all of my stuff into. I stuff my stuff. We'll come back to that word in a second. But one thing that's really useful when finding like a good travel bag or something like that is one that has a good number of compartments for you. A compartment is like a section, an area of the bag that you can use to store things. So you can see at the front it's got a smaller compartment here, which is very useful for cards or sunglasses, portable charger, little things like that. It's got 2 compartments on the side here, which obviously is useful for a water bottle or something like that, or a pen like me. And very useful for me, it's also got a compartment for a laptop in there. So if I need to do some work, I can put my laptop in very easily. It's a nice snug fit. A snug fit means it's tight, it's cozy, it's not much room, but it's just enough room to fit my laptop. It's a snug fit. Another example, if I wear some t-shirts that is a little bit tight, but it's not too bad, I can say it's a snug fit. It's okay, bit tight, it's snug. One of my favourite tips for travel and packing is rolling. So we can use the phrasal verb to roll up. So this is one of my t-shirts here, and rather than, folding it like that and just kind of stuffing it into my bag, I think I covered this word as well. To stuff in means to kind of push in into a small area. Well, I'm going to talk about that more with another example in a minute. But rather than folding it or stuffing it, if you very carefully roll your items, you roll up your t-shirts like so, like this, makes a nice kind of sausage shape. And that's a really good way to not only to fit it into your bag quite nicely, but also to avoid creases. A crease is, when you fold it badly and you have all these lines in your clothes, like, maybe I've got some creases on my clothes right now. For clothes, we would use the word crease. For people, we use the word wrinkles. Wrinkles. So a different word for different things. So yeah, I would roll up my clothes before I pack them into my bag. Roll up, we use the word up here because it has a feeling of completion. It's rolling up and completely into a sausage shape, a roll, right? And when you arrive at your new destination, wherever that might be, you can simply unroll your items, that's unroll, a good verb, and put them on a hanger or whatever you want, right? This here is my coat. It packs up very small. To pack up means to put away into your bag and make it smaller. It packs up very small, but it also keeps me very, very warm. So it's a really good coat. And now this might be a little bit noisy because of the material, but it does pack up really small. And this is my favorite thing about it. On the pocket of the coat, you can turn the pocket inside out and stuff the coat into its own pocket. Let me show you. So I mentioned a few times already this phrasal verb to stuff in, to stuff in. This is exactly what I'm doing now. So if you stuff something in, you're pushing something into a smaller space like this. I'm kind of stuffing it in. You do the same kind of thing with a sleeping bag. If you've gone camping before, you might have to stuff in your sleeping bag into its case. And then you can zip it up. And there is the coat. It just stuffs into this small little bag inside its own pocket. And it can even be used as a little pillow if you need some sleep. So I'm a really big fan of things that you can stuff in and they pack up really, really small. I think I'm a big fan of that because it makes my bag so much smaller. So there's that. Another really good tip that I would recommend is to layer up. A layer is like one item of clothing. So this is my base layer right now. If I wear something on the top, that will be maybe my mid layer or my second layer. I can wear a coat on top of that, which is my outer layer. So these are different layers of clothing, right? And obviously in the winter, you're going to have more layers. In the summer, as it is now where I am, maybe just one layer. One layer will be fine. Or, if you're like many people in the UK, they walk around with no layers at all. So a good phrasal verb is to layer up. To layer up just means to add layers of clothing to your body. And I think this is always a good idea. Rather than bringing like a really big winter coat, it's going to take up so much room in your bag. I think it's much more efficient to bring layers with you instead. I usually travel with a shirt, a jumper, or as Americans will say, a sweater, a mid-layer, and then my outer coat to keep me warm. I can use the jumper in the summer, I can use it in the winter. It's really suitable for any time. So I think having these layers is a really good way to travel. So layer up, don't forget your layers if you're going somewhere cold. So one problem I had last week in the airport was I was taken aside. I was taken aside in the airport and they checked me for maybe explosives or maybe things that I shouldn't have in the airport. And of course, I didn't have anything I wasn't supposed to. But I think when you have too many liquids or when something on your body makes the airport scanner beep, 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 go off like that, you might bring up some suspicion. You might arouse suspicion, which means the security there might be suspicious of you. They might think that you are a bad person for some reason. So this happened to me at the last airport I went to, and it's not really a problem, but it is a little bit embarrassing sometimes when they have to search you or you have to wait longer. It's a bit frustrating. So I try my best to avoid these problems, and one thing I do is to bring as few liquids as possible. One thing I'm experimenting with is here. I haven't even used them yet, but I've got some toothpaste tablets here. So I have no idea how these will go, but rather than having liquid toothpaste in a tube, I've got these kind of tablets here. So I think the idea is you put one little pill tablet into your mouth, it will kind of turn into this foam liquid, and you can brush your teeth using these tablets. And as far as I know, it's much easier to get them through security because it's not a liquid, you don't have to get them out of your bag. It's much easier just to put into your bag and not worry about them. So it's one thing to think about if you don't want to be taken aside in the security queue in the airport. If you're taken aside, that means they will ask you to stand on one side, maybe ask you questions or search your body or something like that. So I've got a few more things on my desk here, but I think I'm going to leave it there for this video. So, I've got my shorts here that have been nicely rolled up. I've got my little bit of a heavy one. This is my hair trimmer here. So when I want a haircut, I don't have to pay for one. I can just do it myself, So a little bit heavier, but it kind of makes some convenience for me. So I've packed my things up now. To pack up means to put things away, put things back to where they went. So pack away, pack up is quite similar, but again we have this preposition up, which has a feeling of completion, right? You pack things up, so it's completed and it's all tidy again. But how many phrasal verbs did you count in this video? So while talking, I've mentioned many phrasal verbs, and a lot of them are useful for travel. So let me know if any of them were new for you today, and try to practice them yourself. And maybe you have your own phrasal verb that you would like to share in the comments. And remember, if you want some extra help with these videos, on the Level Up English members website, I post these videos with subtitles, so you can watch these videos with subtitles, and you can also get the vocabulary list there as well. So any new vocabulary I mentioned today, you can download in a PDF form to study on your own with some examples and definitions and things like that. So if you need some extra help, click in the link in the description to go to Level Up English members. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one where maybe I will be somewhere else. Goodbye for now. Thank you. If you're interested, you can check out the full lesson for this YouTube video, where you can find live subtitles, worksheets, more detailed explanations, quizzes, and teacher feedback, and all of this around this video at Level Up English members. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link in the description or go to levelupenglish.school and go to the members page to sign up. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you find the bonus worksheets helpful as well. Thank you for watching.